Hello, my dear. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Just for a few moments, let's leave behind the noise of the world and step into a space of gentleness and truth. I invite you to stay with me until the very end of this message, because somewhere in these words, I believe your heart will remember something important, something ancient, something healing. People often come to me and say, I always feel like something's wrong with me. Maybe you felt this way too. A quiet ache inside that whispers, I'm not enough. I want to say to you with all the love in my being, there is nothing wrong with you. There never was. The idea that you are broken, it was learned. It was passed down. It was absorbed from voices that didn't know better. But just as it was learned, it can be unlearned. You do not need fixing. You need remembering. Remember who you truly are, a perfect expression of life itself. And if you allow yourself to stay with me through these words, if you breathe them in gently, like sunlight on your skin, I believe something soft and powerful will awaken within you, because this is not about becoming better. It is about remembering that you are already whole. Let's walk this path together, gently, one breath, one truth, one step at a time. You are enough, exactly as you are, today, always. Who would you be if you no longer believed you were not enough? I want you to sit with that question, not to solve it, but to let it breathe inside you. Imagine for a moment the weight you carry from that belief gently sliding off your shoulders. Imagine waking up tomorrow and before any doubt had time to speak, you simply knew, I am enough. What would your life feel like? How would your body move? How would your heart speak? Most of us did not choose the belief that we are not enough. It was handed to us through a glance, a comment, a rejection, a silence. Somewhere along the way, you learned to interpret those experiences as proof of your inadequacy. And once that belief took root, it colored everything. You saw your reflection and found flaws. You made a mistake and called yourself a failure. You achieved something and still felt hollow. This is what the belief of not enoughness does. It makes you forget your original light. It's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. This simple truth changed my life, and it can change yours. The idea that you are not enough is just a thought, one that has been repeated so many times, it feels like fact. But you are not your thoughts. You are not your fears. You are not the sum of others' judgments. You are the thinker, the chooser, the creator. And today, you can choose again. Let's start here. I am enough. I have always been enough. Say it with me now. Even if your voice shakes, even if another part of you resists, let this affirmation be the first drop of truth in a dry garden. You don't need to convince yourself. Just allow the words to be present. Let them sit in your heart like a warm hand. You see, your worth is not something you need to earn. It's not something you need to prove. It's not measured by how busy you are, how much you achieve, or how well you please others. You are the only thinker in your mind. And if you are the only thinker, then you hold the power to choose thoughts that nourish you instead of diminish you. Have you ever noticed how exhausting it is to chase worthiness? Like running on a treadmill that never stops. You try to be good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, kind enough, and still the goalpost moves. But what if I told you the race was never real? That you've been running towards something you already are? Let's pause. Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm. That is your proof. You are alive. You are here. You are enough. When you believe you are not enough, you shrink, you settle, you say yes when you mean no, you silence your needs, you compare, you apologize for simply being, and none of that is your truth. That is the wound speaking, that is the old programming, but just because it's been repeated doesn't make it real. I now choose to release every negative thought about myself. I am willing to see myself with love. This is how healing begins, not by fixing a broken self, but by remembering a whole self. The part of you that came into this world pure, curious, radiant, that part is still here. She's just been buried under layers of judgment and fear. So I ask you again, who would you be if you no longer believed you were not enough? Would you stand taller, speak softer to yourself, dream bigger? Would you finally rest? Would you stop asking permission to exist and start claiming your space? You don't need to change your entire life in a day, but you can start by questioning the voice that says you're not enough. You can start by saying, I hear you, but I choose love now. You can start by showing up for yourself the way you longed for someone else to. And if no one ever told you, I believe in you, I see your goodness, I feel your light. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. And now we come to a tender truth, one that may take time to fully receive, but one that your soul already knows. You do not need to prove your worth. You are not here to earn love, validation, or belonging. You are here because you are love. You are the living expression of life's beauty, not by doing, by being, not by effort, by essence. Somewhere you may have been taught that love is conditional, that you must perform, achieve, or perfect in order to be accepted. And so you tried. You tried so hard. You became who others needed. You dimmed yourself to keep peace. You worked twice as hard to be seen, and yet the feeling of not enough lingered. That is not because you failed. That is because the system was broken. You've been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. This is not about ego. It is not about entitlement. It is about returning to the truth that your very existence is the proof of your worth, that you were born with value and nothing you do or don't do can take that away. Imagine that. Let it melt into your chest. I am worthy because I exist. Say to yourself, I no longer need to perform to be accepted. I am already worthy. Feel how those words land in your body. Notice the parts of you that soften. Notice the parts of you that resist. All of it is welcome. This is a gentle undoing, a sacred unraveling of the lies that kept you bound. Have you ever noticed that the people who love you most are the ones who make you feel safe being yourself? That's because true love doesn't demand performance. It invites presence, and that begins with you. I lovingly release the need to prove my value. I choose to honor who I am right now. You don't need to be perfect to be lovable. You don't need to be productive to matter. You don't need to be pleasing to be enough. When you drop the performance, you reclaim your freedom. When you stop chasing worth, you remember that you already have it. There is great power in stillness, in simply being, in trusting that your softness is sacred, that your quiet is holy, that your needs are valid. When you give yourself permission to rest, to receive, to speak your truth, you say to the world, my worth is not on trial. This is how we change everything. Not by pushing harder, but by standing softer. Not by fitting in, but by coming home. Because the world does not need more perfection. It needs more presence. It needs your presence. So take a breath. Let go of the mask. Let go of the hustle. Let go of the voice that says, you must earn it. You are already love. You are already light. You are already enough. And I want you to know, in case no one ever said it clearly, I am proud of you, not for what you've done, but for who you are, for how you've kept going, for how you're learning to return. Do you know how deeply you belong here? Not because of what you do or say or achieve, but because you are life itself, embodied in a unique and beautiful form. This is one of the most healing truths I've learned. You did not come into this world, you came out of it. Just like a tree grows from the soil, just like a wave rises from the sea, you are not separate from life. You are its extension. You are its expression. Imagine that for a moment. Imagine letting go of the idea that you are an outsider looking in, that you must earn your right to exist. Instead, imagine breathing with the knowing that you are woven into the fabric of all things. The same intelligence that grows the flowers, that spins the stars, that paints the sunsets, it flows through you. It is you. I am one with the very power that created me. We've been taught to believe we are separate, that we are strangers to our own world, that we must strive to belong. But what if the truth is we already do? What if we were never meant to feel like intruders? What if your breath, your heartbeat, your laugh are all reminders that you are at home here? Life is very simple. What we give out, we get back. And when you offer love to yourself, when you see yourself not as broken or behind, but as belonging, you invite life to meet you with the same tenderness. You step out of the battle and into the flow. You stop chasing and start receiving, because you are not here to conquer life. You are here to remember you are life. Think of yourself like a wave in the ocean. The wave may rise and fall, may change in shape or strength, but it is never not the ocean. It is never separate. It never has to prove it belongs. You too are like that, a movement of life, a rhythm of love. Every cell in my body is divinely intelligent. That includes your emotions, your needs, your longings. They're not signs of weakness. They are signals of aliveness. So the next time you feel alone, remember, you are not outside of life. You are not an accident. You are not a burden. You are not too late or too much. You are part of something vast, sacred, and loving, and that something is part of you. Say to yourself gently, I am not separate. I am not separate. I am one with life, and life is one with me. Let this truth wrap around your nervous system like a warm blanket. Let it settle into your bones. You don't have to strive to be connected. You already are. You don't have to work hard to earn your place. You already have one. Just be who you are. Let your heart beat. Let your breath rise and fall. That alone is enough. When you trust that you are not separate, something beautiful happens. You stop resisting your path. You stop clenching your future. You begin to flow, to trust, to open, because you are not here to push through life. You are here to participate with it. So say this with me now. I belong here. I am of this world. Life loves me, and I love life. This is not just a statement. It is a doorway, a remembering, a return. Welcome home. And so, if you are not separate from life, then it follows. The universe is living through you. Every breath you take, every emotion you feel, every step you walk is not random. It is sacred. It is intentional. You are not an accident of biology. You are an expression of infinite intelligence wrapped in skin and spirit. Just pause here for a moment. Place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm. That is not just your heartbeat. It is life itself pulsing through you. With every inhale, the universe says, yes. With every exhale, it whispers, thank you. You are a part of something magnificent. I am an open channel for divine creative energy. That creativity isn't just for artists or musicians. It's for anyone who dares to live with awareness, for anyone willing to be present with what is and respond with love. Sometimes we think spiritual connection has to look dramatic, visions, revelations, fireworks. But the universe is subtle. It speaks in nudges. It moves in whispers. It expresses through you in your morning coffee, in your laugh, in the kindness you show when no one's watching. Every thought you think is creating your future. So what if you thought of yourself not as a mistake to be fixed, but as a miracle to be honored? You see, the divine does not skip anyone. There are no extras in this play. No one is forgotten. No one is unimportant. That includes you. The power that created me has given me everything I need. You don't have to wait to be chosen. You are already chosen, simply because you are alive. Have you ever looked at a flower and thought, that one bloomed wrong? Of course not. Each bloom is different. Each is perfect in its own rhythm. Why would you think any less of yourself? The universe does not make errors. You are here on purpose, as purpose. You are not just in life. You are life unfolding. Say it with me now. The universe expresses itself as me. I am a sacred vessel of life. Let it move through you. Let it soften your fear. Let it release your need to prove. You are already living proof. When you forget this truth, and we all do, come back to your breath. It is always there, waiting to remind you. When you feel small, when you feel invisible, when you feel like your light has gone dim, say to yourself, I am not alone. I am not forgotten. I am part of something vast, loving, and wise. You don't have to understand everything to trust. You don't have to see the whole path to walk it. You only need to open your heart a little wider each day. You only need to say yes to the truth that's already inside you. I am divinely guided and protected at all times. Let that affirmation become your companion. Let it walk beside you. Let it remind you that the universe is not just watching, it's participating through you. And so, with every word you speak, every kind gesture you offer, every tear you allow to fall, know this: the universe is not outside of you. It's inside your smile. It's in your willingness to forgive. It's in the quiet courage of your becoming. You are not here to perform. You are here to embody. You are not here to force. You are here to flow. You are not here to question your worth. You are here to express the love that made you. Say it once more. I am a sacred vessel. I am a divine mirror. The universe lives in me. Let those words echo through your being. Let them become your new home. I've spent many years watching people come to healing spaces with a quiet ache in their eyes and a question tucked inside their hearts. What's wrong with me? And I always want to take their hands and say, nothing, my love. Nothing is wrong with you. You are simply remembering your way back to truth. I grow because I love myself, not because I need to fix myself. What if we believe that? There is a difference between growth and obsession. Growth is natural, like the seasons, like the tides, like the unfolding of a flower. But obsession with fixing, that comes from fear. from the voice that says, "You're not good enough yet. You'll be lovable when you'll be worthy if." That voice is not your truth. That voice is a learned lie, and it has nothing to do with love. The past is over. It has no power over me. Can you imagine living from that place, where you do not carry your wounds as your identity, but as sacred reminders of what you've survived and outgrown? Where you do not constantly look for what is missing, but celebrate what is present? That is the shift. That is healing. When you chase constant self-improvement from a place of lack, you will never arrive. There will always be something more to change, more to fix, more to acquire. But when you grow from love, something inside you softens. You begin to evolve, not from pressure, but from peace. Take a breath with me. Place your hand over your heart and say to yourself, gently but clearly, "I am willing to see myself with eyes of compassion." That willingness is enough to open the door. The world has taught you that your worth lies in your progress, that your value is based on how much you've overcome or perfected. But life doesn't need you to be perfect. Life needs you to be present. I now choose to approve of myself exactly as I am. And when you do that, when you choose to love what is rather than what could be, you begin to heal in ways that no achievement ever could. Loving yourself isn't laziness. It's not settling. It's the soil where real growth begins. It's how you make space for the parts of you that are tender, scared, tired. It's how you allow your inner child to feel safe enough to come forward again. You are allowed to grow slowly. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to enjoy your life as it is, even as you become more. I am in the process of positive change. Let that be enough. Let it carry you like a gentle river, not forcing, not rushing, just flowing. Have you ever noticed that the most beautiful things in life, sunsets, flowers, healing, unfold without force? They don't need to be told to bloom. They don't ask permission to shine. They simply do. And so can you. You can grow without criticism. You can transform without shame. Let go of the belief that you must constantly be doing more to be worthy. That's not growth. That's exhaustion. And your soul is ready for something different, something gentler, something rooted in love. So say it again and let it echo inside you. I grow because I love myself, not because I need to fix myself. This is not just a new affirmation. It is a new way of being, a new rhythm, a new breath, one that brings you back home to who you've always been. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a light being remembered. You are not broken. You are blooming. And now, my dear, let's talk about something you may have forgotten in the noise of the world. You are already enough, not someday, not when you've checked every box or healed every wound, but now, today, in this breath, that deep exhale you just took. It was enough, and so are you. You don't have to change a single thing to earn that truth. It has always belonged to you. So how do we return to this truth when doubt creeps in, when fear tells us stories, when the world measures us by standards we didn't choose? We reconnect, gently, lovingly, daily, not as a task, but as a sacred remembering. It's not about doing more. It's about pausing long enough to feel what has always been true. Start each day with this: I am enough exactly as I am. Say it before your feet touch the floor. Let it ripple through your chest, even if part of you doesn't believe it yet. This is not about convincing your mind. It's about awakening your heart. It's about planting seeds in your soul's garden. It's okay if the belief takes time to grow. You are allowed to water it gently. You don't have to climb mountains to feel worthy. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is notice, how did I love today? Did I speak kindly to myself? Did I pause to breathe? Did I smile at someone even when I felt small? These are not small acts. These are holy. These are enough. Your life is filled with quiet heroism, each gentle act a light returning home. Each evening, write down 5 ways you expressed love. To others, to yourself. It could be as simple as drinking water with care, or forgiving a thought, or saying no when it was hard. These are all forms of enoughness. They are the bricks that build your self-trust. Over time, they create a foundation so steady, no storm can shake you. I trust the process of life. All I need is always taken care of. When you stop looking outside for approval, you begin to anchor into something deeper, your own love. And that love knows you are not a performance. You are a presence. You don't need permission to belong. You already do. You belong to life, to the sky, to the earth, to your breath. When doubt shows up, and it will, it's okay. It's human. Don't fight it. Don't shame it. Just look at it gently and whisper, this is not mine to carry anymore. Give it back to the voice that gave it to you, to the timeline that no longer fits, to the fear that's not yours. Imagine it drifting away on a breeze, dissolving in sunlight. You are free to lay it down. Because here's the truth, love. Your worth is not conditional. It is not earned. It is inherent. You are not here to chase love. You are here to remember you are made of it. You came from love. You return to love. And every breath in between is an opportunity to embody that truth. There's a quiet revolution that happens when you begin to honor your enoughness. You become softer, kinder, more present. You stop waiting for life to begin and start living it. You show up real, unpolished, glowing. You begin to see beauty not as perfection, but as presence, not as flawlessness, but as fullness. And that is what heals the world, not perfection, but presence, not more doing, but deeper being, not striving, but allowing. You are not here to prove yourself. You are here to be yourself. That is your gift. That is your power. Say this with me. I am enough. I have always been enough. I will always be enough. Say it until your bones remember. Say it until your breath relaxes. Say it until the noise quiets. Let the words become a melody, a mantra, a mothering. And when you forget, when you fall back into old stories, come here, to these words, to this truth, to this sacred place inside you that never stopped knowing. You can always come back. It will always welcome you. You are not behind. You are not too much. You are not lost. You are a miracle unfolding. You are the sunrise over your own becoming. You are the soft landing you've always longed for. You are whole, even while becoming. My dear, if your heart is tender now, let it be. If your eyes are wet, don't wipe them too quickly. Those tears know what you're remembering. You were never broken. You were never too late. You were never the wound. You were always the healer waiting beneath it. You are not a project. You are not a burden. You are a sacred being who simply forgot the truth for a while. And now you are remembering. I am not broken. I am whole. Feel that in your chest like a bell ringing. Let it settle into the places that once felt hollow. I do not need to be fixed. I need to be loved. Whisper it to every version of you who felt they had to earn love to keep it. I am enough. and that is more than enough. Let it be your lullaby at night. Let it be your anchor when the waves of doubt return. You are already home. You've always been. And each time you speak to yourself with gentleness, each time you choose love over fear, each time you listen instead of judge, you return to that sacred home within. So go on now, not to change yourself, but to remember who you are. You are safe. You are loved. You are enough.